Hi, Cluster. It's Taryn at TVdesigns. Thank you to all of the people who have um, subscribed and for all of the people who've watched the videos. I really appreciate it. Um, I'm really trying to decide, I'm struggling, I guess, with doing these videos once a week, once a month, once every 2 weeks. I don't know what to do. I feel like I really don't have enough going on, enough progress to be doing them once a week, but I'm afraid that if I bump it off to do it once every 2 weeks or once a month, that I'm really just going to be letting myself off the hook and I'll have a week's worth of progress once a month. So, I don't know. Tell me what you think. For those of you who have Floss Tube channels, tell me what you do, why, why you decided to do it the way you do, and maybe that'll help me get to where I want to be. I was going to start with showing you a couple of things that are finishes that I've done in the past. A couple of my grips. Like I said, I don't get that much progress done in a week's time, so I'm not quite sure what to do there, but we'll share those anyway. This one is a pillow that I made for my daughter. I gave it to her for Christmas. It's from, the pattern is from Daily Cross Stitch. It was one of their free patterns. They do a different free pattern each day. It's at dailycrossstitch.com, I think. And I just saw it and knew that that's her kind of sense of humor, especially since we have a little black cat. And she thought that was pretty funny. This one I did in 1996, it says, and it is just, I just thought that was funny and cute, and so I had to do it. Let's try and get the glare off of it. I've noticed that a lot of people are very creative, more so than me, and they design these really nice signatures for their pieces and all of that kind of stuff. Since I'm not that creative, I really hide my signature in the date in my pieces if I can. Like in here, it's right here, if you can see it very well. In the boot, the design on the boot is actually, it says TV96. That's usually what I try to do. If I can, I just hide it, my signature in the piece somewhere. I know that it's hidden in there, and I can find it if I want to know. And it doesn't take away from the piece because I don't have a pretty one. If I had a pretty one designed, I might not feel like it took away from the piece. But anyway, I do that with almost. There are some that it's just there, but most of my pieces I really do try to hide it somewhere in there. On Saturday morning, I was sitting around, and as part of my haul, I got these cute little teeny tiny bottles. They're only about, the whole bottle's only about 1.5 inches tall. And I had seen where people had put cross stitch in them. Now, I really seriously did not realize when I ordered these how little they really were. But when they came out, I was like, oh my gosh. And I found some designs that were really, they were supposed to go on cabinet knobs inside, you know, it had a whole pattern on how to put them together and everything, and an old, excuse me, in an old cross stitch magazine. But I decided, well, I had some 22 count, I think, and so I decided, well, that'll make it even tinier than that cabinet knob, so let's give this a try. And I hope this will focus. So I made this tiny little Dutch windmill, and it's just all in shades of blue, but it's so cute. It turned out so cute. I wish that this would focus better and that you could see the colors better and everything. Oh my god, it's adorable. It's so tiny. But that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun to get done. And I like things that make me happy when I get them finished, when I see it coming together. It was a little difficult once because, oops, sorry, I dropped it. Once I got it done, I had to get the piece into that tiny little hole. Look at the cord, just so little. That was difficult because I had to roll it up so tightly and then try to unroll it. And that really was the hardest part, was trying to get it unrolled. I had some long straight pins that I had stuck down in that little tiny hole trying to pry the pieces open, but obviously it worked eventually. I also made a couple of little button minders. How ridiculous is that? I have little boy and little girl button minders. I made them with button needle minders. These are ceramic. This is the little girl. I have little boy ceramic buttons too. Who knows when I bought them? Who knows how old these are? I came across them like I come across everything, just about looking for something else. But I thought it was just too cute and just silly looking. And compared to these buttons, it's so tiny that cross stitches. It's just so cute. It really, really is cute. I can't tell you. I did make a little progress. Did do some stitching. On this piece, one thing that I did do this week, I guess which would be part of my haul, but I'm not going to show you threads that I got. They're not exciting. But in the pattern, this is all black, and I didn't want the tree to be black, so I bought some brown to replace that with. One of the complaints that I've heard on other floss tubes about this pattern is that these symbols do not match the printed directions. And that's absolutely true. The color numbers are the same, but the symbol on this chart right here does not coordinate with the written instructions for counting. That doesn't bother me at all. I have not looked at the written counting instructions one time, because everything I need to know is right here. I've only done a little bit over in the corner here, and it's really hard to tell what's done and what's undone because it's so brightly colored. And really what I've done is I start, because you don't have to count, I start here, like okay, here's the top, I picked a color, and I just go until I use up that string of whatever color I picked. And then I pick the next color down, and even if that means that to finish using up that strand that I jump over here or something, I do that because it's no big deal because it's all printed on here. I'm not going to get off on the count. That's one of the other things I like about this. Time uninterrupted at my house is rare. So if I really have to concentrate on my count, I only do that when no one else is home or when no one else is awake. So this, I can sit and work on while I'm watching TV. It doesn't require so much attention. And sometimes that's just good because I can just grab the thread. everything I need is on this right here. And I really like that. So far, I'm really liking that. I am doing it with 3 strands of floss because I want to, it's a 14 count. I want a fuller coverage. And I have to tell you, I'm really anxious to see this stuff wash off. It's taking everything I have not to just go try to wash some of it off and see if it really works that way. Also, I showed y'all last week the dollhouse, and this is the only one that I hadn't completed, and all I had was the table and the base of the chair. And I discovered that I didn't have thread for most of it, which is weird. Who knows where it is, because I had all the thread I needed when I started it. So I went and bought new thread, and I've gotten this much done, got the chair put in. And I got off by a row. I added an extra row in there. So instead of trying to figure out where I actually added it, I just adjusted and added an extra row at the bottom of the hutch, and so that then going up, everything else matches. I would have gotten more done, but then I discovered when I got to this part, that for here and then the next section up on the hutch, I was out of thread. And I went through and I wrote all of these down, what I needed, and I don't know why with these 2 thread colors. I guess I totally skipped over them. I don't even know, I don't know why. Would I even leave those out? That's really, I did maybe a couple of rows in the pumpkin, not enough for anybody to even be able to notice the difference from last time, that Celtic pumpkin. So I'm not even going to bother to dig it out. Nothing really exciting going on there. That's really all I managed to accomplish, which is why I'm not sure if I want to do this every week. But like I said, I'm afraid that if I don't, then that's how much I'm going to get done in 2 weeks, because, this kind of holds me accountable, and I like that. I have a mini haul. I bought off of Stash and Load on Facebook. I bought a couple of little hopscotch. They came as a pair. I only need one, but, and it's in blue. For the April Stitch Mania Challenge, I picked a pattern that has some sunflowers on it in like a little blue can, I think. And I thought that would be really, really cute stitched on this, and maybe framing it so that just only a tiny bit, like maybe this much of the blue shows around the edges. I thought that might be cute. And then on, sorry, on Stash and Load, I also bought this cross stitch medicine because I like that. That's all I can see. But I thought it was cute. And since it's all back stitching, almost all back stitching, I thought it might work up pretty quickly. And every now and then I like a project that's really quick, quick finish. It has some really cute things in it. I think this one is a frosted pumpkin. Look at that Santa. How cute is that Santa? I mean, seriously, I may have to just make the Santa. I don't know. I'm trying to be really quiet because the microphone on this records every sound like it's huge. I'm sorry. Except for my talking. And I thought these little snowmen were adorable with their big round orange noses. I thought those were so funny. I don't know, we'll see. I have so much going on right now. And I bought some threads. Like I said, it's no big deal. nothing special, no specialty threads or anything like that. And I bought a big piece of, I think I bought 18 count for the Mystic Stitches pattern that I'm going to do. It's a tree with fruits, and everything looks sounds amazing when you describe it that way. But it's really pretty, and I didn't pick any kind of special fabric because it's a full coverage piece, and the fabric just won't matter. I just want it to look pretty. So that's all the haul that I have this week. If the things that I've ordered come in, I may be able to do just a haul video, even if I don't get anything accomplished in the next week, because getting back into it and Floss tube and everything, it's easy to see all this stuff and really, really want to do it. I think I've got 4 or 5 kits on the way, but when I'm getting them for $2 or $3, even if I hate it when it gets here, it really isn't a big investment. I might even be able to turn around and sell it for that if I really hated it, but I don't think I'm going to hate any of them. So anyway, I guess that's all I have this week. And like I said before, if I'd love to know what other floss tubers do for how you feel about how often you do a new video. If you just do them when you can, if you have a schedule, what works for you, why. If you would comment or get a hold of me some way for that, that would be wonderful. If you have any questions, if there's something that you would like to see, let me know. I'd love to help you out if I can. You can find me on Instagram at TVdesigns. I'd love to have you follow me and let me know that you are. If I'm not following you already, I'd love to check out what you've got. You can also find my Etsy shop at TVdesigns. Some of these needle minders, sometimes when I have multiples of stuff, will go in there. And some other things that I make, and not just cross stitch. Actually, I'm not sure that there's much cross stitch in there right now. Some of the other stuff that I do lines up in there because there are things that I want to make just to make them. I have no desire to own them, so I make them and put them up for sale so that my house doesn't get overrun and I can keep making. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you to my subscribers, and I look forward to seeing you again. Thanks.